Okay, time now is 12:35 afternoon on May 4th. Um yeah, slept from 5:45 to 12:30. Um yeah. So god damn, I wake up at noon and it's still not enough sleep. I really need to sleep earlier. I really need to sleep earlier. So yesterday yesterday, impressively, I finished 3 anime episodes in one 3 hour and 48-minute long film. To be fair, I skipped around and I sped up the end, but I feel like I've seen enough to claim that I've seen it. Um, yeah. I also got a new profile picture. I did some Photoshop, and for the first time in like I don't know 5 years, I have a new profile picture on Instagram. Time to do a little rebrand, you know? I think it's about time to do a little rebrand. Um anyways, I had a couple of dreams. Two dreams or probably more. One dream is I think con related, like I dreamt that I was in France or somewhere like or I'm in some kind of film festival, but I don't remember the details. The other dream, the one I just had right before waking up, was so visceral and so vivid. At first, it starts off with two people talking shit about Maisie. Like, it's just two people talking and, um, talking about how Maisie betrayed them or something on a film set or for a film project or something. And so they need to do some heinous shit to get back at her. And I laughed around. I'm like, haha, sure. So they were like, "Oh, we need some sheep." It was a guy and a woman, and then a little bit later, um, I'm trying to remember. It's an empty kind of like classroom ish room. There's a door. You walk out the door and you enter this huge virtual reality LED screen world. You go in there, and then it's like a grass field with little bumps, little hills, and there are tables, wooden tables. Maisie showed up and she started crying. And that's when I realized that Maisie was right. The other two-person, they are mean, they're evil. So, as vengeance, they cut off 10 sheep's head, decapitated them, and for some reason the sheep, they have a head, but they also wear a hat, or like they have some kind of headwear where their hair is tied up in a way that it makes them look like samurai. And so it's 10 decapitated sheep head. And Maisie starts crying, and at this point it's not Maisie anymore. It's some like Asian woman who knows black magic. And he's trying to heal, he's trying to like revive every single last one of the sheep. And she starts crying, and it was very painful for her. She used her own blood to heal the sheep and connect the neck of the sheep's head to the body. And at some point, she starts fainting because it's too much. And I started crying out of sympathy, and like snot running down my nose. And I was like, use my blood, use my blood. But I was scared. I actually don't want to, but I have to in this situation. So I was waiting for her to say no so that I could take my hand back, but she said no, but it was more of a yes. And then at that point, I'm like, you know what? It's worth it. I get to save some lives here, you know. So I put out my hand, and she gave me a needle to poke on my wrist so that I could start giving out blood to save some sheep. Yeah, that's all I could remember. Yeah, well, today, May 4th, 6 days before Con. Six? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 days. 7 days before I leave. 7 days. 1 week away. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, wow. Um, I'm still not so ready. There's still so much. But, yeah. I just want to speak to Giant. Hopefully she shows up today. But I think another part of me is saying, I don't think Giant's that interested in me anymore. I mean, as if she was interested in the first place. But during Christmas, there's definitely an interest there because she was talking to me every day. But either way, I would be happy if she shows up today. If not, I'll just text her. But seeing her in person is definitely like the way to go. You know, the way to do things. So yeah, I'm excited for the APCA banquet tonight because I'll be dressing real fancy tonight. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Okay, everyone. This is my outfit. Purple, Uniqlo, detective suit, all cylinders. Yeah. Harley, my lead production designer. What's up, dog? How long you been? What the?
Yeah, but he's also my
Bro, it's 1 a.m.
Where's the Van Cleef necklace?
Van Cleef.
Yes.
I'm an international.
No, live like in this building.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never seen you
basically
before.
neighbors.
We are the same.
We're basically neighbors.
Oh, we're all on floor 2?
I'm 230.
Oh, wow. I'm 205.
Yeah, she's late.
Okay, time now is 3:20 a.m. in the morning. It's late. Fuck. But today is absolutely intriguing. Yeah, so I woke up and unfortunately because I woke up really late, I didn't have a lot of time to do my own shit, but I still tried. And then eventually at around 6:30 p.m., I dressed up and I left for the APCA banquet. So yeah, I dressed up really nice. I wore multiple layers of clothes. I wore the purple shirt and then this and then that. I looked really fancy for some reason. But I thought, you know what, who cares at this point? Like, who cares? I'm just gonna dress like this. Like, I don't care anymore. So I took a free lift to that location. It's literally the same location as last year's banquet. It's called With Love Cafe, and apparently the moment I arrived, people were already eating. I arrived at around 7 p.m., and the event's supposed to start at 6:30. And so it was kind of awkward at first, and also I went in, and there's like no one. Or not no one, but there's like very few people. Well, not very few, that's an exaggeration. There's probably about 30 people in there, but that's crazy because last year it was like 50 or 60 people. This year it was way less. So it was way more awkward. But at the same time, I also know more people. Like, the moment I got in, I saw Christian and Katie, which I'm not surprised. Like, before I went there, I was already like, yeah, well, Christian and Katie are going to be there, and they are. So I was like, Christian, Katie, and they're like, hey. And then I saw Vivian and her friend, Claire. And then I saw Andrew and Brandon, the twins. I saw Ethan, Kwan. I saw a couple of people. And yeah, I was like, yeah, well, I guess these are the people I know. So I said hi, and then I grabbed a plate of food, and the food is mid. What the fuck was happening? The food is, they're all cold, and it's like kimbap and some kimchi pancakes, and some deep fried shrimp, and there's some japchae, and that's it. It's like pretty lame. It's not really like, they're like snacks, you know? Most of them felt like snacks. And the funniest thing is there's no drinks. There's water and there's cranberry juice for some reason. So I went upstairs and I sat down at this two-table formation where Ethan, Kwan, Harley, yes, the girl who looks like Hae-in from New Jeans, and couple other girls, and then it's Andrew and Brandon Wu, and then it's a couple of Taiwanese dudes. One is Ted, whom I've met before at an ABCA web series thing, and also Cam's Fest, and the other guy I've never seen before. Turns out his name is Daniel Pan. Like, I was like, oh, Daniel, nice to meet you. And then he followed me, and I saw that his name is Daniel Pan, and I'm like, oh, I've heard about him before. It's like someone has told me about him. Like, someone has told me about this Daniel person. I'm like, oh, I finally got to meet this person. Okay. So, yeah, we just sat down and we just talked, and it's quite nice. Even though, I don't know, a small part of me thinks that I'm not one of them, but at the same time, I'm like, I know everyone here, so I am one of them, kind of. So, okay, yeah, well, surprisingly and unsurprisingly, Jiayun isn't there. I guess Jiayun just isn't that interested, like she has more important things to do. But I didn't really care. It wasn't really that upsetting, because I kind of saw that coming. I was like, yeah, she's probably not going to be there. So yeah, I arrived there and I ate, and they screened some short films from the PA program. Turns out North's silly little mockumentary is part of the PA program. The shorts were pretty bad. At around 8:15 p.m. I had to leave for a bit because HKOS has a Zoom meeting. So I had to leave, and I just went outside onto the streets and just did the Zoom meeting on my phone for like half an hour, for like 20 minutes or 10 minutes. And then I went back in, and then Rachel finally came in. It's so, like, Rachel arrived, and she was already late. And then she stayed in her car because she had a phone call or something. But yeah, Rachel arrived, she got a bunch of free food, and by the time she did that, we're already moving out. Like, we're already done with the food, and we're chatting, and we're putting tables back, and we're moving on to the after party. So I was expecting no one to turn up at the after party. And I was kind of right. But I'm glad I went, because that was probably the best part of the night. Yeah, I got to talk to a lot of people. So Audrey, the Asian girl, eventually shows up, and talk to her. And I don't know why Audrey really likes talking to me, I guess. Like, I went up to Audrey, and Audrey's like, hey, yeah. And then, like, she had to leave for a bit to take photos. I went up to her again, and she's like, oh my god. Like, okay, let's continue. And we had a very good conversation, because we have so much to talk about, actually. Like, Cam's Fest, I talked to her about my 290, and then she did this Luna Lens Festival with Ivana just literally earlier today, and talked about we're taking the same Asian horror class. So I kept telling people to take Asian horror because I think it's going to be the coolest class ever. I told Audrey that, and Audrey eventually told the professor of that class that I told Audrey to take that class. So I'm like, I got a reputation now. I'm like the biggest fan of this class, and I like I'm like a huge supporter of Asian horror now. Um, but yeah, there's that. I'm yeah, I talked to a bunch of random people. I talked to. It's so crazy. Like Rachel came in, and Rachel knows 0 people. The only person Rachel vaguely knows is Andrew Wu. I know like 1/3 of everyone in there probably. That's an exaggeration. Probably 1/4. Um, but yeah, all the key people basically. Um, and yeah, um, it's nice. And I just got around and I just talked to a lot of people. And then eventually we left. And then suddenly there's no one there I know of. So suddenly I'm just standing around awkwardly. So I took a free lift back home, and because I had no vegetables, I made myself some lettuce salad, just a little bit of lettuce, cut up sesame salad dressing, and then I left again, and then I went to the after party. So they announced the after party address. I went there, and I was like, it was 9:45, but I went there a little late because if I go there too early, it's like awkward. I arrived at 10 p.m. and it's still too early. Like there's like no one, and I took a free lift, and then suddenly the car stopped, and Ryan Song, the co-president of APCA, went in, and I thought it was a destination, but no, Ryan just came in, and I'm like, oh, okay. So we went over to that destination, which is just someone's backyard. It's different from last year's. And at first there's like no one, but more and more people came in eventually. And I eventually talked to a lot of people. So again, it's disappointing that Jayun isn't here. Jayun probably thinks it's lame. Oh, it's so funny. So when Ryan Song went into the car, Ryan Song was like, "Oh, how are you feeling? How do you like the banquet?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's good, but like there's not a lot of people and the food is eh." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know why." Um and I asked him, "So what do you think of the year? How do you think you've done?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of regrets. I'm just so done with it. Like halfway through the semester, me and Josh are just done with this club, and we gave up and we did nothing." I tried to get Young Messino, and he's like, "Do you know Young Messino?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's in Beef," and he's like, "Yeah." Um, so yeah, that's funny. Anyways, we arrived, and a lot of people turned up. Tony, who is a Chinese guy but born and raised in Mexico, he came and we talked a lot. He fixed me a drink, which is cranberry juice mixed with vodka. And then eventually, there's this girl, and I think that is the girl. I briefly talked about her. Um, I didn't ask her for her name, but I think I know what her name is. Lauren Ha. This, she's from Hong Kong, but she's like international, and yeah, because somebody mentioned, "Oh, I'm gonna visit Hong Kong in May," and then I was like, "Oh, did somebody mention Hong Kong?" And then another girl was like, "Wait, you're from Hong Kong too?" I think that's her. She's really small and she's gone soon. And then Audrey, the Asian girl, showed up surprisingly because I thought she told me she's not gonna go to the after party, but she did. But she didn't drink at all. And then we talked even more. Like we talked a lot more, just about everything, just movies. And she had a friend. Her name is Malika, and she had me guess her major and her ethnicity, and it took forever. Turns out she's Cambodian Chinese. Okay, she's first generation Cambodian Chinese, if that makes sense. There's a lot of immigration history going on, but yeah. And I'm like, okay, because like at first she's like, "Can you guess?" And it's a bit like GeoGuessr. It's fun. I asked her if her name is popular in the heritage culture that she's from, and she's like, yes. And then Mollyka, Molyka. That's a little Slavic maybe. So I asked her if she knows Cyrillic alphabet, and she's like, yeah, but I'm not obligated to, or like, yeah, but I'm obligated to, and I'm like, what? And then she's like, okay, no, you're in a completely wrong direction. And I'm like, oh, so Southeast Asia. And then I asked her what languages she can speak, and she's like, you know what? If I tell you what language I speak, you probably won't even know. So I'm like, okay, then tell me. He's like, Khmer. And I'm like, oh, Cambodian. And he's like, yes. Easy. Too easy. So surprisingly, this guy, this Filipino American guy, who did film production last semester, his name is Bien. He showed up. Bien Bagi. He showed up, and I'm like, oh, didn't see that coming. I'm gonna infiltrate him. So I went up to him and I talked to him. And around that time, Rachel and this other guy, this other Justin, there are too many Justin Yun. So Justin Yun is I met him in HKSA meetings, and he's a master's student. He came in with Rachel, which is totally surprising. I'm like, what? So apparently Rachel, after the banquet, went to Justin Yun's place and just like stayed there for a while. Okay, what the fuck? And apparently this isn't the first time. Apparently during 290, Rachel asked Justin Yun's to help her out, to lend her his apartment to film a 290, which makes sense. But yeah, Justin Yun just shows up. But yeah, I got to talk to a lot more people. So there was a group, and Harley was there, and Tony was there, and there's like some kind of commotion, and Ethan Kwan was there. And then I hear Mandarin, and I don't really know what's going on. I can kind of tell what they're saying, but I don't know, like, there's a lot of missing context. And then a little bit later, a Taiwanese guy, I think Ted just straight up told me in Mandarin that the girl in front of me likes the guy to my left. In Mandarin. And I'm like, what? So Harley likes Ethan Kwan. Which is such a weird, weird phenomenon. Like, Harley just seems like the kind of girl who likes really rich, handsome, tall, like K-pop boys, and has very high standards. But no, okay. And then I asked him to reconfirm. So it's like I said in Mandarin, and I'm surprised at how fluent at Mandarin at that moment I was. I was like, wait, Harley likes Ethan Kwan, and Ethan Kwan is not liking her back? And he's like, yeah, it's like a single direction thing, but Ethan Kwan doesn't know. So that's very interesting. And then, yeah, and then I talked to more people. Eventually Oh yeah, Thanos also showed up. Thanos randomly showed up. He's not even USC. That's so crazy. It's so random. Eventually I met this small girl. I have no idea who she is. I've never seen her before, I think. She's really tiny, and her voice is very tiny and small, and like a little mouse. Dyed hair. So I don't know who she is. She's like, hey. And she's like, I asked her what's her major. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, BCA? And she's like, no, from film production. And I'm like, oh, what? You're a chosen one? And then I talk to her more and more. And I find out that she's actually really interesting. She's like dyed hair, chains. So she's a little edgy, a little emo, but she's also like ironic. And she's like biting a plastic knife, and she bites on it so hard that it snapped in 3 sections. It didn't snap in half. It snapped in 3 sections. And she like starts sitting on the floor, on the grass. And I was still wearing this very fancy like suit combo wombo. And then she like slapped the grass, and she's like, come sit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit. I can squat, but I can't sit with this outfit. And she's like, so it turns out she just took 294 with the same professor I took at 290, the bald guy. And she's about to go into 310, and she knows Colin, she knows Anya. And then I asked her, like, what kind of story she likes telling, and she's like, oh, I like telling stories about non-humans. Like, for my 310, I'm writing a story about a mouse that wants to dance. It's called Ratatouille. And then, like, she wrote a story about a cockroach who gets adopted by a butterfly, or a butterfly that gets adopted by a cockroach, but the butterfly doesn't know that it's not a cockroach. And then she made a short film about a guy who wants to shove a banana up his ass, but the banana turns into a human being, and it becomes this crazy Tom and Jerry-esque chase. It's really stupid, and they have gay sex afterwards. And she showed me the full short film, which is like 3 minutes long, and I'm like, oh, very impressive, very nice. And I really like that. Like, she's so, like, of course that is like that's like a crass, stupid SNL skit, but like with her imagination, I can sense that she's actually a weird person. I can sense that her work can be realized into something really creative and crazy and insane, and I respect the vision. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, and I respect that. And then she asked me what kind of films I like making, and I said I like confusing films. I like making really slow confusing stuff, or like really fast and edgy confusing stuff. And she's like, why? And then for a moment, I don't know how to answer. I'm just like, I don't know, because life is confusing. And she's like, okay, that's valid. So yeah, it's really cool. Because last night she was with Colin and Anya for the click to view thing. So I'm like, okay, well that figures. She's like kind of edgy and weird actually, and I respect people like that, you know. Okay. And then another weird thing where people gathered around. It's John Kim, and some people, Andrew and Brandon Wu and a couple other guys surrounded him, and John Kim seems really frustrated and confused. And at first I thought they were talking about Harley and Ethan Kwan, and then I realized it's something more serious. And I kind of don't want to go in, but I like walked in anyways. And they're like, yeah, we're still talking about that. We're still talking about that. And I'm like, we're still talking about that? And I thought we're talking about Ethan and Harley. And then Ted, I think it was Ted was like, yeah, we're talking about that. We've been talking about it for 4 weeks. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that they're referring to a totally different issue. And that issue is, apparently there's like relationship trouble between John Kim and this other girl. Her name is Kay. And I don't know. I don't know the details, but they're mad at each other now. I guess they dated for a while before, and something crazy happened, and then John Kim's really mad at her, and she's like, well, John Kim's playing victim because he's the more emotionally manipulative one. So anyways, that's my takeaway from all this. Eventually, Ethan Kwan sided more with Kay. Yeah, Kay. And then like the Wu brothers, they you know, they go to Kay and like comforted her, and it's like, okay. And then John Kim just like leaves immediately, and then like the word is that John Kim is going to YGF, and it took me a while to realize, oh, YGF means Yangguofu, but it's like, it's such a Chinese exclusive place that, like, I know he's Korean American and he's Asian, but like, it's like, ooh, you go there too? Like, what? And then and originally it's like Keisha's hungry, or someone's hungry, and they're like, oh, let's go to YGF, and it's like, no, John Kim is there. Let's just go to Gateway. Yeah, let's just go to Gateway. So the party's over at like 1 a.m. ish, and then everyone left, and I called a Lyft home, and then they're like, you know what, Enoch, you can come with us to Gateway. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just followed them. I called a Lyft, went to Gateway, arrived, and just followed them into the building just immediately. Just right on time before the door shut, because I called a free Lyft on my own. And then from 1 a.m. ish, 1:20 to about 2:50, 1:20 to about 1:50, I was at Gateway with Ethan Kwan, Harley, the Wu brothers, Kay, the two Taiwanese guys, and like, I think that's it. So one of the Taiwanese guys, his name is Daniel. Again, Daniel Pan. And we talked more. And then as it turns out, he's, you know, we talked a little bit, and he's like, oh, you're Enoch, right? I've been hearing like a lot of people have been talking to me about you. You're like a director, right? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to be a director. And he's like, no, you are a director. Because apparently some people like Ethan Kwan and this other girl, her name is Kate Xiao. So Kate Xiao was a DK member. She's also APCA. She produced the web series for APCA, and she saw Objects in Mirror. And then a chunk of other people like Hugh and Brandon Wu, and Ted, they were at Camps Fest, so they saw The World Is Not Enough. And so combined, it sounds like I have multiple short films, which is true. I do have multiple short films. And Daniel Pan was like, oh, wow, like, I keep hearing about you. And I'm like, what? And then we talked about, like, what films we like. And once again, I'm on my cinephile spiel. And he's like, do you know Blue Gate Crossing? And I'm like, no. But do you know Edward Young? He's like, yes, you're the first person I've ever spoken to who knows Edward Young. And I'm like, what, really? Because I'm in Cannes, and, like, tons of people know Edward Young. So I'm like, what, really? But anyways, he's like really shocked, and then I talked about all about Louis Shushu. So yeah, it's nice. And then yeah, we went to Gateway, and Ethan Kwan's ordering more food. At some point, Andrew Wu had like a nosebleed, and I gave him a napkin. It's very random. He's like, oh, I think it's an Asian thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Rachel left already at around 12:30ish, but I kept going, and I like these little surprises, even though I have a lot to do, I have a lot planned, but I love these little surprises. I love these little surprises is all. I think yeah. And there's like some other thing, like Daniel Pan said something to a girl and called her a FOB, which means fresh off the boat. And apparently it's like a derogatory term, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I don't know any of these. I'm Asian, not Asian American, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. And so it's so interesting because I feel like I just learned a few things I shouldn't have learned. But then at the same time, I'm like a senior here. I mean, I'm a junior, but actually I'm secretly a senior. And like, I'm so far removed from like drama and also love life and etc. Suddenly experiencing that again is like, kind of reinvigorates me a little bit. And I really appreciate that. And so I was like, fuck it. I'll just text Jian. So I texted her, hey, yo, by the way, what are the tentative dates for Rush? And she told me, oh, it's June 27th to July 2nd, excluding July 1st. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then she doesn't say anything more. And it's crazy, because, like, Jian knows all the people I just spoke to, like, befriended, like Bien, Buggy, and Daniel Pan, all these people, like, Jian knows all of them, but, like, and they're all so nice to me as well. And it's so crazy, because, like, people like Ethan Kwan are like, oh, no, Enoch is such a good filmmaker. And I'm like, what? Yet Jian's just not here. And I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I genuinely think I may not even see her before Con. Yeah. So there's that. Not much else. I'm not that mad though, and like when I see, like I seldom see good love life. Like, there are more instances where the world discourages me from loving than encourages. I saw, like, the whole John Kim drama thing. It just made me realize, wow, like, love just leads to destruction. Like, it's so sad. And also, like, a lot of love is, like, the girl's like, oh, but she's such a manipulator, and the guy's like, no, she's the manipulator, and it's so petty. Like, I thought love is this transcendent, beautiful thing. It's like this poetic thing. Like, why is it so petty and goofy? Like, I don't know. I don't want to have a love that is petty and goofy, you know? So it's giving me second thoughts, man. I don't know what is Jaehyun's, how does she feel about me? I don't want to overthink. She probably doesn't think much. I don't know. She's just nowhere to be found, you know? We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. I'll probably try to text her more. Yeah. Okay, time now is 12:51 afternoon on May 5th. Yeah, I slept really late, 5:45, 5:50. I slept at 5:50 to about 12:30, woke up by an alarm. Yeah, fuck. I have so much to do, and I think I did so little last night, even though I tried my best to be as productive as possible. But the whole APCA banquet thing and the after party just took a huge chunk of time from me. So hopefully today I get to catch up. I have a lot to do, actually. I woke up at around 12:30, and then I was so tired I went back to sleep, but I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't fall back asleep because in my mind I'm just like, fuck, I have all these things to do. RIT 340, due date 5 p.m. The final portfolio. I need to submit that. It's not that difficult, but I still need to do it. And then HKOS. I feel a little guilty for not doing enough for HKOS. I'm gonna try to do a lot of that today. I also forgot to pay the rent, so I need to pay like $70 extra fees today. So that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Um, I forgot to do so much, and I haven't done so much, so I'm gonna try my best to do a lot of it today. If lucky, if Justin T sees my message, maybe I'll go to campus and film a little video for the Cannes Film Festival countdown thing. Um, yeah. So there's that. And then that's it. Um, it's so cold. I feel really cold. Um, also, I've been doing some thinking last night about Jaehyun. I think it's time to completely sever it. Um, I tried. I started a conversation last night. You know, when are the dates for Rush? And clearly she doesn't seem interested in speaking to me. I don't know why. I don't know what happened between Christmas and now, but like at some point she just stopped like being interested in speaking to me. Maybe it's because she saw my Instagram stories and realized I'm not that cool, or maybe she saw me in real life and realized I'm not that cool. Either way, she's not interested in me at all anymore. I don't know if she was interested in me at some point, but she definitely has because she actively talked to me so much in Christmas and wanted to call me and everything. But at this point, no. Like, she's not even liking my posts at all, which usually she does. Or, like, she's never liked a post from me, but usually she likes a lot of my stories. She doesn't even do that anymore. So, if a girl makes me angry like this, then no matter what she does in the future, it's not worth it anymore. You've kind of ruined it, you know? You've kind of fucking ruined it. Like, for the last few weeks, I had a little hope. You know, yes, she frustrated me for a bit, and she didn't speak to me, but she spoke to me more again, and she didn't speak to me. Like, for the last few weeks, I had some hope. Like, oh, well, maybe we can still get along in the future, and we'll be closer and closer, you know? But no, I don't think so anymore. Um, well, I'll say the same thing. In January, I said the same thing. Right now, in May, I'll say the same thing. 4 months later. Um, and that is, you know what? Fuck her. Like, if she doesn't want to speak to me, she's not interested in me, why should I bother? I'm just I'll just be chasing stuff. I'm just a mice. I'm just a mouse chasing after a piece of uh, unobtainable cheese, you know, so to speak. What's a better example? I'm just a. I don't know. I'm just chasing after something that's not worth it. She's ruined it. If she's made me angry like this, then she's ruined it, basically. Like, even if we get close in the future, uh, it's like there's a hint of anger in there already. Like, it's over. It's fucked already. So, why bother? So, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking to her. And here's the truth. Like, she's not even my type. I think I have a little bit of feelings for her because she spoke to me a lot, and I like partially her personality maybe, but like the thing is, if you're talking about appearance, there are at least 20 more people, there are at least 30 more people who I can choose over her. And the other thing is, I don't think her personality would work well either. I guess she's so hyper and she's so energetic, and I'm so calm and chill. It just will not work. It just won't work. I honestly, given that she never told me anything like dates or whatever for Rush, and given that, you know, she hasn't spoken to me at all, I don't think she'll even ask me to crew on Rush. I gave her the costume designer and everything. Um, I don't think she'll, and she's young. She won't understand the concept of gratitude. She won't understand the concept of giving thanks. Like, I helped her, but she's probably not going to do anything about that to me. And you know what? That's okay. I'm probably not going to be on the call sheet for Rush. In fact, next semester I'll be in the same class with her, and I'm probably just going to sit alone, and I'm just going to like not speak to her. And I think she'll be okay with that. I think maybe she'll notice me, but she probably won't be interested in speaking to me either. Like, that's the truth. I should just let it go. And I think most importantly, last night, I um I thought about this, and that is, you know, um sometimes I'm frustrated because it feels like no one ever loves me. But if you think about it on a more Buddhist perspective, there's no me. You know, there's no me. When people love me, if people love me, it's because of the circumstances around me, and not me because of me. Similarly, I loved Mary and Leslie because not just because of them alone, honestly, but because Leslie showed up at the right time, at the right place, and said the right thing. If Leslie showed up in USC right now, I wouldn't even bat an eye, actually. Maybe I would be slightly interested, but it wouldn't be like a huge priority. I wouldn't be head over heels for her, because part of the reason why I fell for Leslie is because she's, you know, one of the few East Asians in film, and is one of the few people who are actually edgy. But there are a lot of edgy East Asians in you know, USC. So there are probably a lot of, and USC is totally different environment. Like, I'm in film studies. The whole mode of operation is different either. So it's like, yeah, I've never been romantically loved, but also it's not really me. It's just I've never been in a situation where I got to be loved. I've never really been in a situation. But either way, you know what? Fuck her. Just who cares, okay? I'll just stop talking to her from this point on. I just see no way forward with this. I just see no way of going forward. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Yes, I'm angry, but hopefully this anger dissipates and hopefully I get to be more zen about this. Hopefully I get to be more mindful and understanding of this. Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. And yeah, I had a very weird dream right before I woke up. It's a professor. It's funny because there is this exact professor in USC, but the professor in my dream looks different. Um, Taught a class about like world building, and it's like very noisy. Like it's a very nice class and everyone's talking. But also sometimes it's like ironic because the professor isn't that good, but the professor is also really entertaining and fun. And he did a little dance and left. And then he came back to the classroom saying, "You know what? I'm gonna have one-on-one meetings with every one of you so that you can tell me how I can improve." Yeah, that's it. That's all. Yeah. Okay, time now is 8:28, 8:28 p.m. Um, yeah, it's early. Like, usually when I film these, it's a bit later, but, I have a lot of thoughts right now, and I do have things to say and talk about, because I feel like we're getting close to an ending point, for round five. Somewhat close, anyways. Um, so, I did nothing today. I woke up and I worked on my RIT 340 assignment, my final RIT 340 assignment. So, out of 4 classes, 2 classes are done. I have 2 more. And that took me a while, and I was late actually. It was due at 5 p.m. and I submitted at 5:45 because I procrastinated, but also I had no energy. Essentially, what we had to do is to look at the first 2 essays we had to write for the class and sort of revise them. And because one essay I got a D plus and the other I got an A, so I only had to revise the first one, the one I got a D. And that took a while because facing my own bad writing is difficult, but also I have no idea how to improve it, but I somehow did at the end, so that's cool. Anyways, home all day today. So, um, I also forgot to mention that last night I ordered a small vacuum cleaner on Amazon and a bunch of storage baskets. And thank God I ordered it like late last night and not any later because they're arriving right before I leave. So on the last day, I'll have some time to, you know, pack and fix my room, vacuum the floor, sweep up, etc., and sort of like keep it nice. So, looking forward to that. So today I genuinely had nothing planned. I originally thought that I could go out for a little bit and have Justin T film me for the Con Down video that they're gonna post on Instagram. Um, um, and yeah, and then if I go out, I might as well do a couple other things like head to the gym or maybe a final Ralph's, you know. Also, we're 6 days away from leaving. Today is the 5th, right? One more day, 6, and then it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 days. 6 days left. That's less than a week. It's so soon. It's so freaking soon. It's crazy how soon it's gonna be. Um, so, yeah. Um, it's crazy. It's happening soon. It's actually happening. 1 week later, I'll be at France. What the fuck? It's actually crazy. It's the first time I am neither in Hong Kong or in the US. China doesn't count because it's a day trip. It's the first time I will be traveling since late 2022, which is Japan. So it's been like 2.5 years, which doesn't seem that long, but it is quite long. And it's gonna be the first time back in Europe since 2018, which is like 7 years ago. It's so crazy. Okay, I digress. What was I talking about? Right. So today I thought about asking Justin T to film me, etc. So I asked Justin T, hey, when are you free? No response. I asked him again, hey. He read it, no response. So I assume he's just busy as fuck right now. So, yeah. I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow. Maybe he's free tomorrow, I don't know. Because I heard that he has a presentation, like a final presentation on Tuesday. So maybe tomorrow after the presentation he could help me out. But otherwise, if not, you know what? I can just film it myself. So my original vague plan is today Justin T will help me film, and then I head to Trader Joe's or Ralph's, and then gym, and then tomorrow I head over to Monterey Park to have a final haircut. Or now I can push my events. Tomorrow, all that jazz, and then Wednesday, haircut at Monterey Park. So yeah, I think it's good that my schedule isn't so packed in the next few days because I can just push things around. Like I can push my plans around. I'm not restricted. But yeah, home all day today, which is the first time in so many days, so in months probably. And that's great too because I have so much to catch up on, so much to finish. And if I can finish what I want to do today, I can go to bed a little earlier, which is definitely necessary. I think that's all. So as for Cannes Film Festival, I need to buy shoes. So I checked my leather shoes. It has no laces and it has light brown soles. And I have a high risk of getting my ass banned. And I don't want to have that risk. I don't want to be stressed. Even if they allow me in, it's like, okay, will they allow me in tomorrow? Will they allow me in for the rest of the 12 days? It's scary. So just to be safe, $60, nice leather shoes, I'ma get it. Otherwise, I'll go back. I like Fashion District. It's a nice place. It's dirty and messy, but it's so full of life, and I was genuinely like surprised. Aside from that, the only two other things I really need to worry about is SIM card and the place I'm gonna stay post festival. Now earlier today at 9 a.m., Emma WhatsApped me and sent me a link to this Airbnb booking, saying that she found a place at Cannes, and it's 2 bedrooms, 2 beds, 1 bathroom. And she's planning to book it from 23rd to 27th, so at least she could, we could start moving luggage the night before. Which I don't know how possible that is, but maybe it's possible. And I'm like, great. Now the issue is it's 2 beds and 1 bathroom, meaning I have to share the bathroom with 2 other people, which, yeah, it sucks, but also it's like, I already had to do it for 12 days straight in La Californie anyways, so I don't, like, there isn't a huge difference, The other problem is the bed, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure they could make a couch bed, like turn the sofa into a bed, I'm sure. So we'll see. I'm asking Emma what the price is. If the price is good, then I'll just go with that one. Hopefully it's not booked already. If not, if the price is somewhat similar to like another place around Cannes or Nice, then I'll probably go to another place. But for now, it depends on the price. I think I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's gonna suck because I have to share a bathroom with two people that I'm not even that close with. which, oh my god, the thought of it is actually crazy. Like, we have to take a shower and piss and do other things in the bathroom that is shared. Like, it's just so crazy. I'm so used to having an individual bathroom. Individual bathrooms are such a fucking blessing. It's crazy. So, we'll see. It depends on the price. Depends on the price. But yeah, after the shoes and that, I'm good. I'm good. All I need to do is start packing and continue to practice my French, basically. But right now I think I'm getting a little better and better. Every day I pick up a little French, pick up a little French. And then, yeah. Now the final and most important thing is Jiayun, which I think today I can officially declare an official end to, I guess, my very brief and not very concrete relationship with Jiayun. And by relationship I mean friendship. It's basically Pepper Part 2, I think. It's Pepper Part 2. Yeah. It's officially ended. I'm done. I know I keep saying, "Oh, I'm done," but I'm always like wavering. I'm like, maybe I'm not done. Maybe there's still hope. Like, I'm like, "Oh, I'm done," and then I text her and she says something nice to me and I'm like, maybe it's not done. But why am I the one who's wavering and she's just going about with her own life? I should be the one who stands strong. And you know what? Now I have a strong stance, and that is no more. Okay? No more. Here's the thing. I sometimes I compare Jiayun to Leslie, but that's a terrible comparison because Leslie was actually way closer to me. We talk like once every 2 days. And we keep seeing each other every single day. So I feel like I know Leslie so much more. I met Leslie late October and our relationship ended in June. And I feel like I've met Jiayun for a similar period of time. But I know Jiayun way less because I simply talk to her way less. And you know what? So be it, I think I think it's not worth it. Because like I've said many times, Jiayun isn't my type. Her personality doesn't match mine. And when I officially realize when I realize that I'm officially ending, like, severing ties with Jiayun, I begin to remember, yeah, she has all these flaws that I'm like a little iffy with. Like, first of all, she's not my type, but also she's too energetic and extroverted. It wouldn't surprise me if she is promiscuous. Would not surprise me. The fact that she followed Luis just to tell him, "Oh, I love your coloring, blah, 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 blah," and then never to speak to him again, pretty much shows what kind of personality she has. She just drops in on people and then leaves. That's exactly what she did with me. Right? That's exactly what she did with me. When I released a teaser trailer to Objects in Mirror back in November last year, she dropped in, said some cool things to me for about a couple days, and then left. And then I ran into her again at the Project 3, at the P3 screening for 310, and then we talked over Christmas holiday. That's basically just her being nice. She's just extending that drop. She's just extending that for a little more. I think from the very beginning. It's so crazy. Last night I was like, she lost interest in me. Right now my theory is that she was never that interested in me to begin with. She's just being nice. Maybe she's giving herself a bit of benefit of the doubt. Maybe Enoch's a cool guy. Maybe Enoch's a cool guy. I'll give him a week. I'll talk to him for 1 week, 7 days, constantly, and see how he is. And then at the end, I guess I just don't work out, and then he just cuts me loose. In early January, just cut me loose. I'm gone. And then there has been multiple attempts where I tried to reconnect with her. Multiple attempts, February, March, etc. And not to fruition. She's nice about it. She's not as bad as Leslie. Leslie's psychotic. She's nice about it. Like, whenever I text her or I run into her at the SCA lobby, she's like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. She's nice and professional about it. But the truth is, at that point, she already had zero intentions of, like, getting closer to me. Zero. Nothing. And I wouldn't say I couldn't see that coming. I just had optimism. I was an idiot. I was an optimistic idiot. I'm like, oh, that's a good thing. She's talking to me. She's being nice. But, like, the niceness is just an extra bit of gratitude. It's just a little extra. Yeah, a little tip. It's nothing. And so, yeah. So that's basically it. And right now I realize that it was never meant to be to begin with anyways. And yeah, it's sad because once again another person doesn't like me. Once again I've lost a chance. Once again this and that. Yes, but also to look at it in a more spiritual way, it's just circumstantial. Like, there are people who I never thought I would meet and we would end up really close. And then there are people whom I've met many years ago and then somehow we're still not that close. It's all circumstance. So maybe in an alternate reality, she's in CAMS and we have the same class together and we talk every day, and maybe that would play out differently. Who knows? Or maybe it wouldn't play out differently. Who knows? So it's not my fault. It's not her fault. It's just the universe, man. It's just how things are laid out. So I'm not going to be angry at her. Maybe a bit disappointed. But I'm not going to be angry. I try not to be angry at her. So yeah, I'm not going to like yell at her, be mean to her or anything. I'm just going to cut her off. Quietly and politely and respectfully. I get it. You don't want my involvement. Okay, then so be it. Goodbye. So I won't talk to her ever again, basically. Well, if she runs into me and says hi, I'll say hi, but it'll be from a distance. It'll be as if we don't know each other that well, because we don't know each other that well. That's the truth. Yeah, I mean, besides, again, not my type, and she's actually not that attractive anyways. I don't want to be mean, but, if you're talking about looking good, I mean, Leslie still looks better. Let's be honest here. Even though she's not the best. I feel like it's bad attitude, but I feel like my standards had to get lower and lower and lower. Like, for Mary's a goddess and still is. I mean, she still looks great. She still sounds great. Like, her voice is great, and she's still, like, artsy and tasteful. But, like, my standards have to go lower and lower and lower wherever I go. Somehow, ironically. That shouldn't be the case, man. That shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't lower anything for anyone. But yeah. Jian is not that attractive. She's not my type. She's probably promiscuous. The fact that our first phone call and she told me about her situationship, and also when we texted and she talked about how, oh, my ex is this, my ex is that. At that moment, it's already crystal clear that she likes dating around and she isn't my type. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but I think it's true. I think it's true. So, I'm gonna just let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. Man, Ozu never married. Who cares? I'm going for something way more noble anyways. Like, I'm not just here to fuck around. I'm here because I'm serving a cause. I'm here because I'm fighting for freedom and democracy. Using cinema. I am using cinema to fight for my home and my own culture and heritage. That is my conviction. That's my resolve. That's my life purpose. I don't know what Jaehyun's purpose is. I don't know if it's a noble purpose or not. But I know I'm serving a noble purpose, and I don't have time to go around and fuck around. Like, I just don't. So you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. And again, it's circumstantial. Like maybe some random person would show up and they would be very interesting. Hey, I met this Chinese American girl, like another Chinese American girl last night, Finn, I talked to her for like 15 minutes and she's already like 20,000 times more interesting than Jaehyun. So it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just, you never know, is what it is. But again, not to be optimistic. I have to be realistic. Not optimistic and not pessimistic. It's circumstantial, which means maybe I won't fall in love in the next 10 years, or maybe I will fall in love next week. You don't know. And that's okay, you know? The universe has its way of doing things, I guess. Yeah, I gotta start thinking big. Gotta start thinking in terms of the world and not just me. But yeah. I gotta let go. It still sucks. Like, occasionally today, I still look at Instagram and see if she's looked at my latest story, or what if she posted something, or I don't know. But like, just forget about it, man. And like, oh, but what about like all these mutuals we have? Like, we all know Maisie, and Maisie's nice to me. We all know Katie, and Katie's nice to me. We all know this and that and this and that. But like, mutuals don't mean shit, you know? I don't know how close Jaehyun is to Colin. I see them talk. But like, I talk to her sometimes too. It means nothing. So it's not like ooh, we're all friends with each other, like we should all be close to each other. No, it's not. And that's okay too, you know. That's okay. So yeah, I'm ready to move on. I hereby officially announce that this train has come to a stop. I am not pursuing her anymore. She's another false alarm, basically. It's a little different from Pepper. With Pepper, I'm trying to force myself to fall in love with her, which did not work because I just don't. With Jaehyun, I am not in love, but I was sure that I will. I thought, well, if we get together, I'm sure time will tell, and you know. It's very silly if you think about it. Very silly. Yeah. Who knows? Okay, time now is 2:24 p.m. on May 6th. My hair is weirdly shaped. So yeah, that's I slept from 5:45 to 12:20, and then I realized, you know what, fuck it, let me just have a full night's sleep. So I slept for 2 more hours, basically, and naturally woke up. Yeah. This is bad, though. I think, I need to fix this sleep schedule in 5 days before I head to France, because it's gonna be tough fixing that jet lag, I think. Anyways, yesterday, despite being home all day, I still wasn't as productive as I would have hoped to be. I did finish a film. I did finish editing a film, but I wasted 1.5 hours because I accidentally deleted some videos. And it's been a while since this had happened to me, but I deleted some videos on my laptop and then emptied the recycle bin because I really need storage space. And then on the phone, on my other phone, I deleted the videos and also cleared the recycle bin. So literally there's no way of retrieving it. So I immediately downloaded a couple of data recovery softwares, even though they never fucking work. Even if they do, you need to pay, which I don't want to. So I downloaded a couple of them, and neither of them work. And for them to scan and to wait for them, it took a very long time. And then at the end, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll refilm it. So I refilmed the video, which sucks. Yeah, so that's the story. So I wasted 1.5 hours yesterday for a small mistake. So that's that. I could have done so much more in that 1.5 hours. I'm thinking of not watching ReZero before con. I just don't have the time. Yeah. I also need to start working on my essays for my finals. I almost forgot that I still have two final essays to do 2 days later. But yeah, today's plan, I'm actually thinking of going to SCA to just film myself for the con video, unless Justin T is suddenly free again. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that, plus going to Ralph's, a quick Ralph's maybe, maybe the gym, I don't know. Tomorrow haircut, and then Owlwise, and then I just start packing, and then that's it, and then on Monday I leave. So no, on Sunday night I leave. So yeah. I had a dream, but I just completely forgot what happened. It's not a very memorable one. Yeah, and still kind of bummed about Jiayun. But I guess there's always this period where, you're just bummed about this and you just have to move on. I'm sure 2 weeks later I'll be fine about it. I'm sure if I have someone to talk to about this, I'll feel better. And I'm sure a couple weeks from now I'll be okay. So, yeah. I'm sure it'll be okay. Yeah. I'm very bummed, but it should be okay. Yeah, I'm still, sometimes I'm still making excuses. Oh, what if Jiayun's not responding to me because she's preparing for her finals? You know what? No. I don't think that's the case. I just don't think she likes me at all, really. And just gotta move on. Just gotta look the other way and move on. Okay, just gotta look the other way. So yeah, I won't be sitting next to her for my writing class. I won't be talking to her. I highly doubt she'll be inviting me to Rush, and that's okay. Gotta move on. I've been talking about her constantly throughout the entire semester. Pepper Part 2, I'm telling you. Pepper Part 2. Yeah. But yeah, 5 days left for con. No, actually 4? No, 5. It's the 6th. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 5 days. 5 freaking days for con. 5 days later, I'm in France. Whew. Damn. Fuck is going on? Anonymous content? What is that? Artist first? is going on, bro? Okay. The fuck is this place, bro? Fuck. What the fuck? Okay, fuck. Okay. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Shut the fuck up, man! Shut the. Shut up! Hi everyone, it's Enoch here. I'm here to kill you! Hi, it's Enoch here. So my top 4 is Fallen Angels by Wong Kar-wai, and not in order, Ikiru by Kurosawa. It's a life lesson for me. A very personal film for me is The End of Evangelion, and finally gotta give a shout out to Mulholland Drive because, of course. My most anticipated film for this year's Cannes Film Festival, it's not officially added yet, but it's Begon's Resurrection. If we're not counting that, Eddington and Sons of the Neon Knight. So, see you there. You see me? You see my face? You see my fucking face? Fuck!
Why are there so many people here? What are you guys doing here? What are you guys doing here? My children! My lovely children! What are you doing here? Fuck off.
What the hell? Who are all these people? Who are all these people? What the fuck? Where do they come from? Bruh, there's a spawner down there. There's a people generator down there. There's no fucking way, bruh. There's no fucking way. Where are all these people coming from? Where are they walking to, bruh? They're walking over there. There's like a dinner event over there or something. Fuck me. Fuck me, bruh. Fuck me. Okay, time now is 9:55 p.m. NIHT. Can't believe I'm saying this, but NI-HT, guys. NIHT. Yeah, I woke up and didn't do much. I just felt fucking terrible today. I don't know why. I just felt bad. I think it's a mix between, what happened with Jai and also the fact that, I go to school and I go outside constantly in the last 16 weeks, and then suddenly everything just stopped. And that's like a crash. It's a crash down, and I feel, my emotions are dipping because of that. Yeah, so because of that, I didn't have a lot of motivation to do anything, and that's terrible because that's dampening my productivity. When I feel bad, I don't have the motivation to edit, I don't have the motivation to write, and that's terrible. which is probably why I'm having productivity issues a little bit. Um, so I honestly I just gave up at some point. I just gave up. I just don't want to eat food. So I had a slice of cherry pie this morning, and it's 2 p.m. And then for lunch I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna have lunch. Just who cares, you know? And yeah, I was like, who cares? And I was just gonna skip lunch altogether. I ate some salami and I finished some potato chips, and then I left. And then around 6 p.m. I left. I went to campus, and I believe this will be the last time. Oh, this hair works. I believe this is gonna be the last time I'm heading to campus before con. So today's basically the last time. And I remember the last time I was on campus last semester, I decided to run. Like after class, I just ran, you know. Or actually, no, that wasn't my last time. My last time was submitting my religion paper. But yeah, I remember the last class, I just ran. You know, I just listened to music and run. But today's probably gonna be the last time. I highly doubt. Actually, not highly doubt. Maybe I'll come back to the college campus in June. Because it's just, you know, I'm just nearby. I have to be there, you know. Yeah, I went to campus. I took a bus there, and before I left, I DM'd Justin T again just to double check. I was like, hey, how's finals going? And do you have time? Are you interested in heading over to Alice Kitchen to have dinner like sometime next week? And Justin T did respond, and he said, "Oh, I can't. I'm too busy this week. I still got finals." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Good luck." And that's it. So yeah, a while ago, Justin T agreed to help me film my video thing for my con down video. So obviously Justin T couldn't do it, and if he can't do it, no one can. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. And I was already in a very, like, not very, but I was in a somewhat bad mood today. And as I walk onto campus, I'm just like a zombie. I just look like this, and I'm listening to sad music. I'm listening to Paranol and like emo shit, and I'm just like walking around, and it's cloudy too, and it's just so depressing and so lifeless. And I arrived at SCA, and there's this weird event going on. People are dressed up, and I tried to go into the SCA building from another direction, and the doors are locked, and there are tables, like there's like a dinner event going on. It's really weird and confusing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I went to other buildings. I'm like, fine, I'll film myself in other buildings. I went to SCB, and it's like not okay. I went to SCI second floor, which I've never been to, and I found a balcony there, and I was like, you know what, this is perfect. So I put my phone on a balcony guardrail, and it stood up, and then I just filmed myself, and it was actually way easier than I thought. It's a nice spot too. I also got to project my voice, so I sounded way louder. And because I'm the only person filming myself, I actually looked way more confident. Maybe too confident. I started screaming and yelling. I was like, fuck! Fuck you! Like, I need outlets like this, do I? Like, I have so much accumulated anger and sadness inside me that once in a while I just need to let it out. And back in the Hong Kong days, back in 2018, 2019, up till 2021, I would just go downstairs and scream, you know. I go downstairs of my apartment and just yell, fuck, you know. And I kind of stopped doing that after I arrived in the US, but I still do this sometimes, though, do I? I still do. Like last year, Halloween, I was screaming at the streets. Like, I just gotta let it out and scream and curse, and in order to make myself feel better, because I have anger issues, I guess. I don't know. I have so much suppressed negative emotions, I realize. and I gotta really have an outlet. Like, film isn't enough because it's not like I can just make films constantly. People who make art can draw constantly. People who make music can write music constantly. I can't make films constantly, so I gotta have a good, consistent outlet, which is why I need to practice drawing more. I gotta draw some crazy, gory, edgy shit, you know? Yeah, so there's that. And then afterwards, I left. I walked away. I walked towards a USC village, and I was ready to call a free lift to Ralph's. And then as I was walking there, the guy in front of me turned around, and turns out it's Cardin from RIT 340. Whoa. So I was not expecting to run into anyone today because, like, it's fucking over. Like, it's the end of the world. Like, no one exists anymore, okay? But no, Cardin's there, and Cardin's like, hey. And in my head, I'm just like, fuck, I'm in a terrible mood. I hate that I'm running into people. But I was like, hey, how's it going? You know. And then Cardin talked about how he submitted the final portfolio for RIT 340 a day late. And I was like, oh, I submitted 40 minutes late. But turns out he submitted even later, and he emailed the professor, and the professor was like, oh, no, you're good. And then I said goodbye. He's going to see a film screening, like a USC stunt team film, so cool. And then I called a Lyft, and I accidentally called the Lyft to go back home. And I tried to cancel it, but if I cancel it, I have to pay $2, and I ain't paying jack fucking shit. I'm a beggar, okay? And so I thought I would just ignore it, and then I'm like, you know what? No, maybe I should go home and eat something. So I ended up going home, and I ended up having a quick lunch, egg, 2 sausages, some salad. Pretty nice. And then I left. And then at 7:40, I left, went to Ralph's, my final Ralph's, and my final grocery run before con. So I have everything now, and I have enough food to survive me 5 more days. Exactly. 5 more days. I also got some granola bars and some chocolate snacks, so that, you know, at con, I could just bring them into the festival and, you know, do a quick bite, you know, just a quick bite. It's 5 granola bars though, and I gotta survive for 11 days. I mean, surely I'm not gonna eat granola bars constantly. That would be sickening, but I do need to stack up my survival stuff. I almost bought Chips Ahoy cookies, but they're very big, and I realized, you know what? Why don't I just buy food over there in France? Surely French groceries are cheaper, and I get to try new things, right? There's a Lidl nearby. I can just go in and buy some cookies there. Surely that works too. So, there's that. And then I came back home, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else. I'm very isolated from the rest of the world. Matt, Colin, and Garrett hung out at some event of some sorts. And they took a photo together and smiling. Meanwhile, I'm not there, which is totally fine. I'm not even that close to them. But, like, does anyone else in the team know how isolated I am from the rest of the world? Like, I always have this feeling that I'm on thin ice because I know hundreds of people, literally more than hundreds of people in USC, yet I only know like 4 of them. And it sucks, you know, because I'm still very lonely and friendless. But I think I'm so used to loneliness at this point that it's like, well, who cares at this point? Like, who fucking cares? I'm turning 23, you know. So yeah. But yeah, for the next 4 days, I'm probably not gonna go anywhere. Tomorrow, maybe Monterey Park haircut. And then I'll go to Allwise to buy shoes. And then I'm pretty much done. My vacuum cleaner and my storage baskets are coming tomorrow night. Amazon. And I'll be cleaning up the room. It's crazy. And I gotta start packing. I gotta start writing my essays. I actually have so much to do. Fuck. And yeah, I think it is a smart choice though. I think it is a smart choice to not pursue Jiayun. Back in January, I already made a smart choice. I only thought about Jiayun a lot because she was one of the few girls who, like, really talk to me constantly for a period of time, which I've never experienced, I think, or like not for a long time anyways. And I thought she's not a bad choice. I mean, sure, there are some things I don't like about her, but she's not bad. Maybe I should go for it. But like, it's a smart choice not to go for it. I mean, the more I think about her, the more I really believe, yeah, she's flawed, man. Yeah, she might be talented and has a lot of connections, but like, she's so uppity and she's so full of makeup and she's so, I don't know, she's so all over the place. She's so, um, I, at some point in March, I was like, yeah, even if I and Jiayun do come together, I probably wouldn't even be able to see her or talk to her that much because she would be busy on sets and events, going places. She's not good. She's just not good for me. So I think it is a smart choice. But like genuinely, aside from her, I don't know anyone else who interests me. Leslie is the only one, pretty much. Yeah. Um, it still sucks. I'm sure it'll pass. I'm sure 3-4 days later, it'll pass. It'll be over. It'll be done, and I'll move on, and I'll be okay again. Yeah. This sucks though. This sucks. What else? Oh, so much. I gotta finish the fucking Vinland Saga, and then I have tonight I'll be eating shrimp, some beef bits with teriyaki sauce, pasta, and salad kit, and I believe that's enough. Maybe, perhaps. Yeah, that's it. What else? Accommodation for Khan. I don't know. The place Emma picked has like one bed. And there's a couch, and the couch can be turned into a bed. So that's second bed. Another bed, my bed would be an air mattress, but like, it's cheap though. It's like $200 for 3 nights, 4 nights. That's not bad. But hopefully I get to make the decision tonight. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, after the shoes, after the accommodation, then I'll look into SIM cards, and then after that, I'm good to go, pretty much. All I need to do is pack. Also, the Cannes reservation portal opens tomorrow night at 11 p.m., which is 8. No. Wait, is it 11 p.m.? I don't know. I'll check, but the portal will open, and let's see what are the times. Let's see what tickets can I snag. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I really am. We'll see. Okay, so this is a rip roll. Holy shit, how do I eat this? Okay, without further ado. Chewy.